Hey YouTube, Serious Trueborn Frog here. Uh, this will be the deck of the month for whatever month it is, May. Okay, so what it is Frog Monarchs. The person who I first saw with this deck would be Jeff Lang. I'll give you a link to his YouTube channel somewhere in there, probably in the underbar. Thought it was a pretty cool idea. Basically what the point of the deck is to run so many tributes in your deck. You just run a lot of tributes. That's what the deck's based around. And then you run like 8 ways to get Treeborn Frog in the graveyard. So basically you're just gonna get your Treeborn Frog in the graveyard early, and then you're gonna keep tributing it for Monarchs, and you're just gonna win with the big 2400 beat sticks that gain card advantage. So let's just get started. First off, we have 3 Battle Fader. It's an amazing card, especially in Monarchs. The ability to stop an attack and gain a monster on your field for a tribute next turn. It's pretty cool. It's very good when you don't have a Treeborn Frog. It's helpful. Next is 3 Ryza. Ryza is one of those important monarchs in a Monarch deck, because it's a card that removes a card on the field, and it can target anything. It's like back row or a monster, so it gives you a lot of options. You can also target your own cards in some situations if you want to go for game. Next off is Dark Dust Spirit. I run 2 of them because you want to draw it early, but if you run 3, it's going to be dead a lot. Basically, that's one of the best combos with Treeborn Frog. You get Treeborn Frog back every game, every turn, and Dark Dust Spirit goes back to your hand at the end phase of every turn, so yeah, it's an ongoing cycle. And his effect is when he's summoned, or flip face up, destroy all face up monsters on the field. So against Glads you can set it, and then if they attack it with a Laquari, he has 1800 defense, so Laquari can't run over it, and then it'll kill Laquari. It's a pretty cool play. Then Substitoads, I run 3 of those. What it does is search Swap Frog or Treeborn Frog, and I'll get to Swap Frog later, but basically tribute a monster on your field, search for a frog from your deck. You can also combo that with Soul Exchange. Next off is the Stalos. Since I'm running 3 Soul Exchange, the Stalos is really good with that. It's the best combo in the deck. Soul Exchange to Stalos. And the Stalos is really good at disrupting your opponent. Get lucky and hit their important cards that they're holding onto in their hand. Can really change the game for you. Next is Tragodia. It's another card that gives you presence on the field for your Monarchs in case you're in a bad position, like against Macrocosmos or something. And you could just keep poking with Tragodia and he'll eventually get really big and you'll just win with him. Then, of course, we have Treeborn Frog. We have 2 of them. Like I said, he's the purpose of the deck. Then Gorz is pretty much the same thing as Tragodia. Caius, that's the best Monarch in the game. Ability to do, it can burn for 1,000. It can, like Ryza, it can touch a monster or a back row, so it's a versatile card. Next off is Light and Darkness Dragon. If you can get off like a Battle Fader and a Treeborn Frog, summon Light and Darkness Dragon. It can slow your opponent down. Then when it dies, you're just going to bring back a Monarch most of the time, so it's pretty good too. Next is Swap Frog. Okay, Swap Frog's effect is very big. It has like 3 effects in one, but I'll just read them to you quick. You can discard a water monster to special summon it from your hand. You don't have to do that. You can still normal summon it. When it's summoned, you can select a level 2 or lower Aqua type monster from your deck, or your side of the field to the graveyard. So basically you want to summon Swap Frog and send Treeborn Frog to the graveyard so you can get the Treeborn Frog combos off. And then next, once per turn you can return one monster you control to your hand to normal summon one frog monster except Swap Frog or Frog the Jam in addition to your normal summoner set this turn. Now you don't have to summon another frog, so basically you can go summon Swap Frog. Turn 1 you can go summon Swap Frog, send Treeborn Frog, return Swap Frog back to your hand, so you still have 6 cards in your hand and you have a Treeborn in your grave. Yeah, that's Swap Frog. Next is Treacherous Trap Hole. The deck doesn't run any trap cards at all, so Treacherous Trap Hole is a good choice. Most of the time you're going to only be killing one of your opponent's monsters and like your Treeborn Frog, but there are going to be situations where you can kill 2 of their monsters, and that's just it's a really good card just for that reason. And if you don't know what it does, it says destroy 2 monsters on the field. You can only activate this card if there are no trap cards in your graveyard. Okay, next off is 3 Soul Exchange. You want to have some good hands. You're not always going to have Treeborn Frog. You will have it a lot, but sometimes you won't. Soul Exchange is helpful in those situations, and with Monarchs you have to run Soul Exchange. Scapegoat. Not really sure on this card. I threw it in because I saw it in someone's frog deck, and it looked cool. I mean, I haven't lost because of it yet, and it has helped me out, but I still feel like I should take this card out for something different. It does have a combo though. You activate Scapegoat, and then you can use Substitute to tribute all your Scapegoat tokens and get Swap Frogs and Treeborn Frogs, and swarm your field all in one turn. Yeah. Next is 3 Enemy Controllers. This is my favorite card in the deck. It's one every time I have it, I win with it pretty much. What you do is, well, this is one important play of the deck. Bring back Treeborn Frog in the main phase, in the standby phase, and then since Enemy Controller is a quick play, you can tribute your Treeborn Frog, take your opponent's monster, and then you can get Treeborn Frog again because it's still in the standby phase. Now you'll have 2 monsters on your field at that point, and you can either go for game, or you can tribute them both for Light and Darkness, or do whatever you want. Another card that's pretty cool in this deck is Creature Swap, because you can get your Treeborn back in attack mode, and it only has 100 attack, so you just give them your Treeborn Frog, and you take their, Stardust Dragon or something big, and you can just run over it. Sorry about the glare. And finally, we have 3 staples: Brain Control, Heavy Storm, and MST. Now, real quick, I'm going to run through my side deck. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Cyber Dragon. I haven't used it yet, but I would think it's good against Machina. So, decide that for Machina. 2 Mobius, it's a Monarch, so it's always going to be helpful. Usually sided against Blackwing. It really hurts their Icarus plays, because you can just Soul Exchange their monster and then tribute it for Mobius, kill their Icarus attacking something else. Careful about Starlight Road though, because it can stop Mobius. Cold Wave, I'm thinking about maining this, because it's got a lot of combos in the deck. The deck doesn't rely too much on spells and traps, so Cold Wave, get Treeborn Frog back, get a Monarch. I would probably side this against, I haven't sided that in either yet, but I would side it against a spell heavy deck. Spell and trap heavy deck. Vanity Fiend, side that against special summon heavy decks, like you could do it against Lightsworn, Gladiator Beasts, other stuff. Threatening Roars. These are for Infernities, Lightsworn. Not much else, but you could side them in depending on what type of situation you're in. Next up is Trap Stun. Trap heavy decks like Glads and stuff. I don't know if I'd side it in against Glads, but whatever. Next up is Trunade. It's kind of like Cold Wave. You want to use it to get your attacks in. Then 2 DD Crows for Lightsworn and other graveyard decks. Alright, thanks for watching, bye.